water polo matchup between Gilman Greyhounds and Mount St. Joe. I'm Jack Bissonette alongside Armand Paul. Now Armand, Gilman's coming off a heartbreaking loss to Spalding. How can they bounce back today?
So Gilman plays a mainly whole set offense, and they got to play their game. And when their coach tells them to drive inward with the ball, they got to do that too because they got to keep the defense on their toes. But mostly, the most important thing is to make sure when they have an exclusion, when they have a man up at 6-on-5, they take advantage of those opportunities and score on every single one. However, MSJ is coming off a massive win against Calvert Hall, 13-1. Both teams are physical on the defensive end. What players should we keep an eye on out for today in the pool for Gilman?
Great to hear, Armand. Definitely Drew Garvey for the Hounds. He plays a huge role in the Gilman offense. But alongside him is TJ Mattini, senior number 13, Jack Nurnberger, and Tim Brooks. So those guys are the main ones to look out for, but also going to be helped by Jackson Barnhill, main offensive guy for them.
All right, let's get ready for the swim-off. So the swim-off is the first thing that takes place, and it's between the two fastest swimmers on each team. As you can see, right now the one Gilman player and one MSJ player are racing towards the ball, and it looks like Gilman's recovered it.
And the game begins. Barnell controls the ball.
Back to TJ. And into the whole meter, into Jack. And then it's exclusion for Gilman. Now we're on man up, 6-on-5. They got to take advantage of this.
Key to the game from Armand. Capitalize on these man-up situations.
Back to Barnhill and Ryan. Oh.
Turnover for Gilman there, and Mount St. Joe will possess for the first time here today.
See Drew keeping his hands up there. Ordinary foul, nothing to worry about. And a shot on target, but hit the post and rebounded off, and Gilman will take possession. Good look from Joyce. He's going to walk it in. Shot and scored.
Great finish from Joyce. Gilman takes a 1-0 lead early on.
It's a great assist from Ryan Joyce and scored by Drew Garvey. So you can see that was a great look by Ryan Joyce, seeing that Drew Garvey was a mismatch and he was open. MSJ will take ball. And
MSJ finds Ed Damaria, and they bring it back out, rotate the ball around, and just dump it in the corner. Blake Paquette controls it as Gilman moves up the field. Up the pool, rather. Some tight defense. And MSJ is still in it and is on the breakaway. Finds number 7, Ed DeMaria. And a foul on Gilman. Ball's reset. Shot on goal. Great save by Blake Paquette.
Blake's going to keep it in play.
He finds Tim Brooks, who finds TJ Mattini.
Some great spacing here from Gilman. Oh, unfortunately stolen by MSJ.
DeMaria again. Monaco grabs it, but it's stolen by Gilman. Nurnberger on the breakaway.
Here we go. He's got
only the goalie left to face. The ball's dragging underwater.
It was a ball under. He pushed the ball on with Jack's hand under, on it, forcing the turnover.
Great look there for Gilman. They've got to capitalize on those, just get that lead up early, get the momentum going for them.
Timmy's got to get his hands up. And a shot on target.
Gilman's
Recovered by
surrounded by
Gilman.
two MSJ guys, but they get a foul. Fast-moving game continues as what looks to be TJ Matini brings the ball up the pool.
An exclusion. 6-on-5 here for Gilman. Oh, okay.
He finds Nurm.
Finds Brooks.
Brooks, rather. Switches across the field.
Trying
across
to keep
the
the
pool.
goalie disoriented.
Oh. Good attempt there from Gilman. Didn't go their way, however. Still up 1-0 with about 4:20 left in this first quarter.
Shay's going to give it to the
Wes
corner.
Rising, the senior, passes over and receives the ball back. Locked on by TJ Matini. He gets around him though, puts a shot on goal and hits the post. Blake controls it.
Great L out by TJ Matini.
TJ relatively open right now. Only goalie really in his face. He finds a cross pull and it's not an own goal. Well, looked to be an own goal, but scored by Jack Nurnberger. 2-0 Gilman.
TJ taking a risk there, passing it from the strong side of the goal to the weak side. See that drive by MSJ, getting a man open.
Ed Di Maria.
An exclusion on Gilman. Gilman's got to play some great defense here. And a bad pass into the corner forces over to Gilman.
Some costly mistakes here from MSJ have caused them to go down 2-0 early in this game. Hopefully they can adjust and make some better plays. Another foul on MSJ. A lot of those we've seen early on in this game of them. Another one.
Jack's got to get around his man. He's in the 2-meter spot, so he's got to find some open water. And unfortunately, number 3 from MSJ is hard on him, but
Nurnberger, ball slips through his hands. Almost had a great goal.
And get the ordinary foul back. And he's got a. And Timmy Brooks with some open water finds the goal.
Great finish from Tim Brooks there. He's been having a great season all season long. 3-0 early. The shapes of a blowout game seem to be sneaking in here.
MSJ's played some great defense. You can see they're locking down that 2-meter man, as TJ's trying to do here with MSJ's 2-meter man. And a shot on goal, but unfortunately it's blocked by Blake.
West Rising with the shot there. Di Maria to Rising.
And Blake blocks it.
Great save from Blake again. Matini possesses as he finds Drew Garvey, number 2.
There you go again. Jack's trying. He's fighting that whole meter man. Great defense from MSJ guarding that hole.
A lot of great defense in the middle, but on the outside, they look to be a bit struggling with fouls. A lot of them we've seen so far today.
Looks like TJ didn't get his elbow out of the water enough. It'll go to MSJ.
Di Maria possesses, finds the middleman. Gilman fouls.
Keep your hands up. There you go, Timmy.
Di Maria shot's blocked. But another foul. Great save from Blake Paquette. He has been everywhere this half. Reminded me a lot of last year's keeper.
Yeah, Gilman's had a lot of great goalies, you know, with oh, and a shot on goal by Jack Nurnberger, making it 4-0. So as I was saying, Gilman's had a long history of great goalies with Kobe Wasson and another fellow who's been with Gilman for 4 years. I forget his name at the moment.
Gilman's had some great water polo teams. Little step back.
And an exclusion on Gilman. I think Barnhill's kicked out. Looks like MSJ's calming it down, taking it easy on into the hole.
Crossbar. They've hit the post or crossbars a lot this quarter. Not capitalizing on those shots. Blake down the pool finds Tim Brooks, who possesses the ball. Back to TJ Mattini.
Sorry.
And then Ryan Joyce.
And yeah, Barnhill was not kicked out. It was Ryan Joyce, my mistake. Oh, Jack's open in the 2-meter, and the MSJ drops back.
As we wind down here in the final 40 seconds of the first quarter, Gilman up 4-0. However, there's a shot on goal. Number 13, Wes Rising with the finish.
That's the first goal on Gilman today that went in.
We've seen some great goal. Blake's playing a great goalie so far. Only allowing 1 goal, so love to see that. Tim Brooks.
They're trying to get it to the corner, and it looks like it's going to be a ball under on Drew Garvey. It's going to go the other way. And an exclusion for hitting the back of his hand.
Five seconds left. Blake should just hold it here. Maybe go down all the way for a shot. Great attempt there. As the end of the first quarter is here, 4-1 Gilman. We'll take a quick break. And we are back after the first quarter. Gilman's up 4-1. With some goals from Tim Brooks and Jack Nurnberger leading the way.
So I was looking at the statistics, and it looks like Blake has 6 saves, and Jackson Barnhill's been kicked out twice, 2 exclusions. And for those of you who don't know, an exclusion is when the player has done something to foul the player, and he gets kicked out of the game for 30 seconds until the ref or the table here waves them back in. Or the ball gets turned over, of course.
Pretty similar to lacrosse or hockey for those who know those sports.
Yeah, and if you get 3 exclusions, you're out for the game. So unfortunately, if Jackson Barnhill gets excluded one more time, he's gonna have to sit on the bench.
Very important game here for Gilman. They are currently 4-4 on the season. This game, however, with a win, would lock the 3 seed, allowing them to play McDonough rather than number 1 seed undefeated Loyola Blakefield. But with the loss, they play Loyola, who is undefeated, like I just stated, and would be a very tough game on the road for Gilman.
And it looks like the ref here is checking MSJ's the swimmer's nails. Might be too long. They have to be regulation size so that they don't scratch the players.
And the swim off will recommence. And Gilman is first to the ball.
Great swimmer, Timmy Brooks. And looks like we're having some 2-meter trouble again.
Great cut.
We got a drive from Drew Garvey, and unfortunately he got the ordinary foul, so he can't really do much with the ball, but he passed it to Ryan.
Barnhill possesses, finds an open TJ Mattini in the back.
To the corner to Drew. He's going to try to draw that ordinary foul to give it to Behold, but unfortunately runs out of time.
30-second good possession for Gilman, however. Wes Reiser with the ball. Seems to be an early star for this game, scoring their only goal.
As you know, Coach Vaughn is calling for the Gilman team to keep their hands up. TJ Martini playing a very tight defense.
Off the crossbar and back all the way into the Gilman half. I mean, MSJ half, rather. Shot clock does reset. Reiser tries to find number 7, Di Maria.
Very good defense by TJ Martini and Jack Nurnberger there.
They've been playing a great game so far. Overall, great game from Gilman, 4-1. Not making many mistakes.
Ordinary foul there. For those of you who don't know, an ordinary foul is if the person has the ball up in the water, the defender can pretty much do a lot of things. Oh, offensive there by Ryan Joyce, probably using his other hand. Not on the ball, but on the defensive player. Oh, great pass by MSJ.
Great pass from Rising. Finding number 19, Matthew Wan. Reiser again finds the middleman, but he's fouled. Di Maria fouled there. Passes it, but it's deflected.
Some great defense by Timmy Brooks, dropping and then going back to his man.
Di Maria, another foul on Gilman by Jack Nurnberger. Reiser possesses.
Unfortunately, TJ Martini's kicked out, and it's 6-on-5 on Gilman. Great defense by Jack.
MSJ on the cups scoring a goal here. Reiser has it with a small angle. Great finish from Matthew Wan. 4-2 with about 6 minutes left here.
See that in that last play, I think it was number Dweiser. He pulled the goalie towards the side so that you can force the 2 middlemen on a 6-on-5 to push out and get some space, and that's exactly what happened when he got the ball. Shot it on goal.
MSJ has been playing some great defense, especially on the middleman, Jack Nurnberger here.
Yeah. Jack is a very aggressive middleman, and for shutting him down is a great cost to the Gilman team.
Drew Garvey is under some attack here, gets fouled.
And he tries to find the
Nurnberger.
middleman.
Great defense again from MSJ. That's on the defense. Grant Gumbel on the middleman defense. Seems to be doing a great job here. Gumbel has the ball again. Shoots. Great save from Blake. Paquette.
It'll be a 2-meter pass in. And some offensive. I didn't quite see it.
Blake Paquette finds Drew Garvey.
And Timmy Brooks is going to keep, so can he get it? Oh.
Asher Vance in the pass, the goalie for MSJ. Great finish from DiMaria.
You can see there, the MSJ team, that was a great pass. They kept the ball dry. That's something that Gilman might need to work on. It was a great pass. He caught it immediately and shot it, keeping the ball dry and not wasting any time.
Yeah, for sure. Something very effective is switching the field here, switching the pool rather, for similar to soccer. But since it's such a fast-moving game, the goalie is very hard for them to move across that goal and save those shots after it's sent across the pool.
Especially for the goalie to move around the entire goal. You can see Drew trying to. Great drive by Timmy Brooks, and he scores. You can see he was really moving there. Had a drive, got close to the goal, got the pass, and scored.
Nearly impossible for Vance to save. Wes Rising, the senior, also a captain. Great finish as he finds number 7, Ed DiMaria again.
And you
the
can
two seem to be working pretty well together here so far.
And you can see how DiMaria turned, I think, turned him around to get that ball in.
After a 4-1 start for Gilman, they've slowly lost their lead, only up 5-4 right now with about 4 minutes left here in this half. Turnover from Gilman. Asher Vance possesses the ball, looks to go upfield. Rising finds the middleman, DiMaria again, but it's shut down by Blake Paquette.
And you can see the ref holding up his arm there. That was because on the drive, he had the ball in the air. And so that's why any defensive player can tear down the arm. As long as the ball is in the air, defensive can do anything against that player. He's got to put the ball in the water to call that ordinary foul. Need some spacing issues here from Gilman. And an exclusion for Gilman. 6-on-5, they need to take advantage of this.
Some angry words from the MSJ coach. Not happy with how his team's performing so far, despite only being down by 1.
And not much is happening with the Gilman team. They need to move around, drive, do something.
There's that air ball. Keeping the ball in the air, though. Wow. Cheeky little finish there from TJ Mattini.
Yeah,
but no look.
He just took advantage of how the goalie was not looking at him.
Yeah, for sure. TJ Mattini did shift his body and is just the way he was looking and looked like he was going to pass the ball, but then just had that quick movement and just chucked it into the top right corner.
And you can see Jack Nurnberger's a bit behind here. And a pass to a wide open.
Great finish. DiMaria again. Actually, that is number 14 on MSJ rather than DiMaria. Sorry, I got them confused. That's Peter Monaco. First goal for him of the game.
I really love how MSJ is getting their wings open, their corner people open.
For sure, taking advantage of the Gilman mistakes, leaving them open, and they're capitalizing. They weren't capitalizing early on, but they've really been capitalizing here in the second quarter.
Especially because the wings for Gilman is where we drop, to drop to the hole man to help him out, the hole man defender. Timmy's going to swim it in here. He's going to give it to Jack, and Jack uses a back pass instead of trying to turn around, and a back shot.
Great attempt there from Jack, however. First time we've really seen him get open this second quarter, trying to make the most of his presence in the pool.
There, another pass to the wing, and MSJ is going to try to drive.
Wes Rising.
Great.
Shots blocked. Great block.
Timmy Brooks with a great block.
Despite the 5 goals, Gilman's been playing some pretty solid defense, blocking some shots, just doing what they need to do to have this lead. And a few offensive mistakes and some turnovers have really barred them from scoring a lot of goals. But Nonetheless, they do have the lead here with about 1:30 left in the second quarter. Speaking of the Devil, there's another offensive penalty on Gilman.
I don't quite know what that was for. Maybe he, it looked like he was swimming on top of another person. The ref just indicated with his hands.
He finds Matthew Wan.
And TJ with a great deflection of the pass, but unfortunately MSJ recovers. Shot clock does not reset there. And MSJ's got 7 seconds to do something with the ball.
The shot clock going off. 4, 3, 2, 1. Trying to get a shot off. Almost sneaks it past Blake Paquette, but he is unsuccessful. Gilman with about 26 seconds on their shot clock. 1:02 left total. That timeout is taken from what looks to. Is that timeout? I think.
So I think Vaughn called a timeout there to help run a special move or a setup for a special move.
Set piece, as those soccer fans would know.
Vaughn here known for his very elaborate offensive moves.
Trying to get a man open for a goal with only 1 minute left here in the second half. And there's the off-ball movement we see. And it's an off-ball penalty.
Unfortunately, the ordinary foul there with why it kind of caused a wrench in the plan, but looks like Timmy might get an opening.
Caught the defender not looking where the ball is, and it's
Open
wide
water.
open, Drew Garvey.
There you go,
Great.
open water.
Great finish from Drew Garvey. No one within 5 feet of him. Great finish, 7-5 as the clock dwindles down about 43 seconds. Probably enough time for about 2 more possessions.
And the Gilman team struggling to get a man here. They gotta be organized. Looks like there's an MSJ man driving open and
Can't make any bad mistakes. And there's a penalty.
great Gilman defense there.
Number 18 there, Will Malone. Time their shot clock down to about 6 seconds. West Rising with the ball. 4. Has put something on goal. Great attempt, but it hits the post. 12 seconds. Can Gilman counter? Foul on.
And Jack can shoot here, but he doesn't take it. He doesn't take it.
He's got noticed the clock coming down to 5 seconds.
That should have
4.
been ordinary. Oh, because he had the ball in the air. It wasn't not an ordinary foul.
Great clearance there, just to, end that half. Make sure Gilman can't get anything going. Well, it was a great half for Gilman, 7-5, as we will take about a 5-minute break before the start of the second half.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of this Gilman versus Mount St. Joe's varsity water polo game. Gilman with a great first half, up 7-5, helped by Jack Nurnberger, Tim Brooks, and others, giving them a 7-5 lead. Armand, I got to ask, what do you think they can do to really bolster this lead and keep them going?
Well, it seems like MSJ is playing such a great and tight defense, you know, and they're driving on offense. So I think what Gilman needs to do is find more spacing and you know, utilize some more tactics to get more spacing, get more shots off. I think something else they've been doing is really great is taking advantage of people like TJ and Ryan, and they need to do more of that. You know, use the people who are open and who are good at passing to get the ball. It seems like they're MSJ's locking down the hole, so maybe. I know that Jack's really trying in the hole to get open, but maybe do more driving tactics and trying to get the hole out of there and, you know, mix it up.
For sure, got to agree with you. Here's swim off, and Gilman's got it up. I think they got to work on their off-ball movement a little bit here. They seem a little stagnant, I guess is the word I would like to use. Kind of just waiting for the ball to come to them, but they've got to make some cuts and make some moves to get them open.
Got to say, this number 13 has been playing well today for MSJ.
That'll be Wes Rising, senior captain. I got to add on Ed DiMaria has been playing a great game for MSJ. There he is, but he commits the foul. Just dumps it back off to Blake Paquette, and Gilman will have their first possession of this second half. Drew Garvey with the ball stolen, and it's a breakaway. Wes Rising as a one-on-one with the goalie. He flips it, and it's turned over. He gets the ball back, and a lot of changing turnovers there. However, it's a Gilman foul. Rising shoots it and finishes it perfectly in that right side of the goal. Blake can't really do much about that one.
Yeah, Wes Rising was taking advantage of after an ordinary foul. If you're not within 5 meters, which is that yellow line, you can shoot it. Very good shot there.
Great finish.
And they're going to give it to the whole man Jack, and it looks like the ordinary foul stops the shot.
Great finish. He doesn't count, but it was a great shot.
Yeah, popping up for air there. If he waited a couple seconds after the foul, it would have been great.
Tim Brooks here on our near side of our screen.
And there's a great drop by MSJ. Should move in more.
There's lefty Riley Walters finds TJ Mattini.
They're going to
Senior
give it
captain.
back to Jack, but MSJ is ready with the drop. Oh, and he took the ball underwater. It's now Gilman's ball.
Clarification from the ref there as play will commence, as that's Riley Walters near side of your screen. Finds TJ Mattini, then to Tim Brooks. Walters is attacked, but seems to be fine as he maintains ball possession. Finds TJ Mattini, who then passes it into Tim Brooks, who made a great cut there, getting the foul.
And TJ drives into hole, forcing Jack out. Ryan is open. Didn't want to take the shot there.
Shut down by that MSJ
got 4
defense
seconds
West
on the
Rising.
shot clock.
4 seconds, however, you're right. Ryan Joy.
Looks like ref is trying to slow down the tempo.
Three seconds, as you mentioned.
And Coach
Gotta
Vaughn,
get a shot on goal.
Coach Vaughn wants people to shoot it. Unfortunately, the shot clock runs out.
Gilman's got to do a better job of recognizing the time left there. Even some calling from the bench over just to really get that point across and make sure they get a shot off, at least give them a chance to score. Matthew Wan really just an open pool as he, as you would say, drives up the pool. Finds Rising, the senior superstar.
Rising trying to get around Drew.
Great try there from Ed DiMaria, but he is unsuccessful as TJ Mattini has a one-on-one with the goalie. Might look in to a cutting Gilman player, and he's fouled. That is number 2.
Should give it right back
Drew
to him. There
Garvey.
it is.
Gives it back to Drew Garvey. Shot on goal, but it's saved.
Jack Nurnberger was subsequently fouled there, drowned there, but couldn't do anything about it as the ref didn't see it.
West Rising here. Ball at mid pool. Another backhand shot
And
by
and,
Di Maria, but
and
he's
maybe
unsuccessful.
maybe this dropping by the Gilman defense here with Drew and Riley on the hole man is it's starting to get to the pressure of the hole. Jack moves the ball up the pool. And Jack just trying to drive it into the two. He's in 2 meters now. And and Drew Garvey was not able to recover it.
Good defense there from MSJ as they look to counter with about 4:30 left in this third
And
quarter.
we've got a mismatch. Oh, and they drive it away, and there's still a mismatch. He's got no man.
Wide open. Grant Gumbel doesn't take a shot, however.
Gilman.
Finds Di Maria.
Gilman recovers their defense now. They're getting their hands up, which is good. And
Rising is the post.
great job by Riley getting on his arm for the shot. And looks like a timeout by Gilman.
As Jackson Barnhill makes his way back into the pool.
I like how Gilman's taking kind of a note from MSJ and locking down that hole now. And like for the past 3 possessions for MSJ, Gilman's been locking down that hole, making sure that the hole can't shoot, can't really do much.
For sure, Gilman's had a great start of this third quarter. They allowed 1 goal, haven't got much going on offense, but I've liked what I've seen on defense, like you said, getting that hole, locking it down, making them make some plays on the outside, and it seems to be working so far.
And while their offensive tactics may not be showing on the scoreboard, it's like TJ Matini driving in. You can see they're trying to find alternatives to other than Jack. And Jack has actually been, as you saw when he got that ordinary foul and took a shot, he's been getting open more, and I like that. I think that it'll eventually work out for them once or twice on the scoreboard later on this quarter.
For sure, they have that off-ball movement that's really been helping them. Like pretty similar to a basketball game, how you see those guys making cuts and trying to get that open basket. It's pretty similar here. They're cutting into the goal, trying to get open, cutting into the corners, just giving some players some room, trying to get Jack open as well as themselves.
Yeah. One thing I noticed is that Gilman's been taking the ball up the field more, but something they've not been really utilizing is those fast shots where you don't need to stop your hips and move your hand up. They can just quickly shoot on goal. They might need to utilize that a lot more as they're starting to get on those fast breaks more often.
For sure. One thing to watch out for is that Jackson Barnhill does have 2 excursions, 1 more, and he will be out. Excursion is like a man down for, like I said before, for players that play lacrosse or fans of lacrosse or hockey. Just but pretty similar. You sit out of the game for 30 seconds.
Yeah, I just wanted to note if Jackson gets 1 more exclusion, he's out of the game. They give it to the hole here, get the ordinary foul. You can see a drive to the hole, but it doesn't quite work out as MSJ is there. And he gives it to the hole, and a back shot by Timmy Brooks will put it in with a great assist by Jack Nurberger.
There's that off-ball movement that we were just highlighting. Just great off-ball movement, cut into the middle. Nuremberg comes out. And it's a great finish from Tim Brooks in the bottom left-hand corner.
Exactly.
Number 3, Grant Gumbel, the junior, starts possession out with for MSJ. There's West Rising. We've been calling his name a lot.
And it looks like Gilman is dropping on the hole man with Jackson Barnhill. Hopefully that doesn't lead to an exclusion and him getting kicked out.
Brian Wiseman there with the ball. Haven't seen him much this game. Matthew Wan. That's Grant Gumbel. Good attempt there from West Rising, but it's just right of the goal. Good defensive possession there. And
I think I'm starting to see a pattern with West Rising is he likes to draw that ordinary foul and then come up for a shot immediately. Gilman's been locking it down.
It can be very effective, but if it's shut down, it kind of takes away a lot from his game. MSJ does seem now on offense. They've kind of slowed down. They haven't really had much opportunity to make some plays off the ball, and they've just kind of been sitting there with the ball to come to them. Gilman had this problem earlier in the game,
and you can see Drew Garvey draws that exclusion because the player was behind him. They will set up a 6-on-5, and Gilman's got to take advantage of this.
One thing you did mention to me during the break is that they need to capitalize on these 6 versus 5 situations. Something they didn't do very well in the first half, and this is the first time we've seen it this half, and hopefully they can make an adjustment.
And a great cross by Timmy Brooks to Jack Nurnberger.
Great cut, great movement, great goal. Gilman takes a 9-6 lead. After allowing an early one, they've scored two consecutive, and this third quarter, it's only about 2:40 left. Gilman looked to take a bigger lead than what they did taking into halftime.
Yeah, Gilman up now, 9-6.
Largest lead of the game.
Great job by Drew.
Di Maria trying to get something going on offense. Hasn't been able to do much today, though.
There you go again. You can see that Gilman is dropping on the home man with the 5 or 6 man. Or sorry, the wings.
Matthew Wan in the middle there tried to get a shot on goal, but it was shut down by Gilman. Blake then finds TJ Mattini. There's Jackson playing on edge right now, trying not to get any excursions.
And a great steal by MSJ, tiring out Drew Garvey with his hips. And they will take it almost all the way. Great job by Drew Garvey getting back in front of his attacker. And another great defense by Gilman on the hole man. He had the ball up, so they could do whatever they want.
Wes Rising there, seen him all day long getting open, making some shots. It's not working so far, though.
Yeah, Gilman's finally kind of kicking in here.
I love the defense we've seen so far. It's just...
Jackson will draw the foul. Will he shoot? He will, and it's on goal. Oh, Gilman gets it back. An exclusion.
Jackson hits the ball again. Finds Tim Brooks. Ryan Joyce seems pretty open.
And it looks like number 18 for MSJ gets excluded, giving Gilman a 6-on-5. Looks like MSJ recovered it. Yeah, and the goalie gets it back. Timeout by MSJ here. And it looks like MSJ wants to take something up with the ref on that last play.
Yeah, that was Will Malone, the freshman, excluded there. We've called his name a few times. That should be his second excursion of the game. Armand, how have you liked this defense so far for Gilman so far?
I think it's amazing. I don't know how Vaughn and Gorski are talking to their players, but it looks like something's getting through. You know, they're utilizing more driving, and Jack's getting open. It seems like everything they're trying is working, even though every single attempt is not showing on the scoreboard. I really like it, and it's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off in this third and fourth quarter.
For sure, Gilman's looked great on both sides of the ball. 9-6 in this third quarter. 1:01 left to play. Gilman really bounced back after a slow start, scoring 3 consecutive, and they do have the ball coming out of this timeout.
Actually,
I believe they just turned the ball over, rather.
Yeah.
But still, another position there. Gilman almost successful excursion, but that will be reset with this timeout.
You're still seeing they're not fully taking advantage of the 6-on-5 opportunities. It doesn't seem like they're scoring on those, which is a very crucial matter. You know, exclusions. You're up one man. You should find the open man and score. They got to take advantage of that more.
The timeouts break. Yeah, Gilman's really got to step up in those 65, move the ball a lot, trying to find that open man.
And tire out that goalie, yeah.
Tire out the goalie, tire out the defense. They're down by one player. You're going to have to really move around a lot and make them make a hard play. And they've done a great job so far of doing that.
One minute left in the third quarter.
Goalie all the way up to mid pool.
Yeah, he's getting ready for the pass in.
Some set pieces maybe working out here for MSJ.
Oh wow, look at that.
Matthew Wan open to the left-hand corner.
It was a great play run by MSJ to find that open man.
He draws a foul. trying to get the ball rising, but its pass is just slightly overthrown.
There you go. You can see the drop by Gilman on the 2-meter man, trying to get, and it looks like MSJ wants to get their wings wide open.
Yeah, Gilman's doubling that middleman, and as a result, the guy on the wing is open. And
that should not have been a goal. I think the shot clock ran out, but they're going to give it to him.
goal for MSJ, and the clock, like you just said, happened to run out, but
You know, the refs are ultimately the judges, and they're more they have more expertise on this, so maybe they thought it went in. And MSJ with a steal on Drew Garvey.
20 seconds as this clock runs down. MSJ looking to get one more goal to make this a 1-goal lead going into the fourth quarter.
Some great defense, but unfortunately he gets kicked out for it.
Matthew Wan has to pass the ball back before he can do anything. 4 seconds, 3, finds Reiser, needs a shot on goal, but great save from Blake Paquette. 7-9 Gilman as we enter the fourth quarter. Gilman looking to win their 5th game and lock that 3 seed as we'll be right back. And we are back. Gilman up 2 entering this fourth quarter. Gilman needs to lock down the game and really just end it, like I just said. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think of Gilman's, rather MSJ's offense here in the second half?
I think MSJ, you know, they came out playing very aggressive, especially the second quarter. In that second quarter, they were utilizing tactics that Gilman was just not really able to shut down. But Gilman's bounced back, and I think MSJ's might needs to. I think they're about to try. I think they're about to try some stuff to put some more points on the scoreboard.
Yep, some set pieces, just getting some open ball movement, and just trying to get open and show the Gilman defense we haven't seen yet. Gilman has looked really good, however, on offense, and they've been hard to stop so far. So hopefully they can continue that stretch and end this game.
Great job by Vaughn and Gorski, you know, advising the varsity team how to adapt to MSJ's play style and utilize more tactics to get inside and get that ball in the goal.
Vaughn, one of the best coaches here in the MIA, just continually giving Gilman a good chance to win the MIA, as he's been rather successful here these past few years. Last year, with a very senior-heavy team, was able to go undefeated for, well, I believe actually did 2 straight years.
Yeah. You know, he always giving the Gilman team his experience based off his former Olympian events.
Yeah, Vaughn, a rather talented water polo player himself, has now resorted to coaching this Gilman team, and he's been very successful, as the players you just mentioned. Gilman has taken a step back here with a rather young team, but they're still doing well right now, currently in the 30 seed spot. hopefully can make some magic here in this in the playoffs and find a way to win the MIA for the 3rd straight year.
Looks like there was an offensive there. And too far of a pass from the MSJ. Giving it to Blake.
Blake also a superstar in the baseball diamond, making some plays here in goal.
And a pass into hole, but the goalie recovers it.
I could see this theme starting to develop here. Coaches on both sides seem to be talking to the goalies, telling them to make some plays, come out of that goal, and really make it their own game. You know, grab that ball and make it their presence felt rather than just sitting in between the posts.
Yeah, we just saw a shot by Di Maria. It's not on goal. Giving it Gilman here.
Matthew Wan on defense as Drew Garvey seemed to be able to get around him, and he's fouled.
Jack's fighting for that hole man position.
He gets the ball, but there's a goalie again coming out of his spot and grabbing it.
And it looks
However,
like there
there's
was
a
an
foul.
exclusion, giving Timmy Brooks and Gilman the ball back. Here is another 6-on-5 opportunity.
Barnhill has the ball, gets it again. Will take a shot. No, he finds TJ Mattini.
And you can see Gilman here is setting up a different position than they usually do in the deep end. Because
Jackson would put a shot on goal. He will. Just high. Good attempt there from Jackson Barnhill. 9-7 Gilman, 6:20 left in the clock. Gilman looking to lock down this game, just score 2 more goals, and it will make it very hard for MSJ to come back.
Wiseman will get an ordinary foul.
The ball sneaks past Blake Paquette's fingers, and that will be a goal for Gilman. Ball was in his hands, and it just happened to go through.
Man, Di Maria with a great shot on Blake. Just almost got it, went in goal.
Not to be confused with the Angel Di Maria of the PSG soccer team in France. 6-0. Not something. 6 minutes here left in this 4th quarter. Gilman only up 1 as their lead has slowly started to diminish. As Nurnberger's finding the middle, and it hits the post.
And it looks like the ref didn't think it went in.
From my angle, it did seem to go at least partially in the goal. But the referee do have the good angles, and I believe they did make a good call there. Here's Reiser, the senior captain. Been calling his name all day. He's having a great game so far.
Looks like there's a lot of driving and moving here from SJ. Great movement, and they find an open man. Deflection by Riley, giving it to Blake and the Gilman.
Something we haven't really seen so far is that
and Riley's wide open. He's got to swim. He's got a player on him. They're going to drive, and it looks like, the goalie got to it.
And that's what I was saying. MSJ has integrated this new style of offense into their play. They're bringing multiple guys inside near that goal, and they are getting guys on the outside near where that orange cone is right there, and wide open.
And a kick out on our very own Ryan Coleman for having his arm around the player before the pass was received.
See, there's MSJ, that 2-4 formation. Gets guys open on the wing and guys in the middle. Rising.
And a great shot by Gumbe as he puts it in.
9-9 as MSJ has completed their comeback. 4:32 here left in this 4th quarter. Gilman has lost their lead. Now tied for the first time all game.
Pushing up to Riley. Riley's in a bit of trial. There's the ordinary foul to help him out, and TJ's dropped on. Drew's trying to get past him.
One thing Gilman has not been able to do great so far this season is close out games. Happened versus Spalding, and they are not doing a great job here closing this game out. And it is now 9-9 as it was 9-7 entering this quarter.
Looks like MSJ came back with some new tactics, and it seems like Seems like MSJ got a kick out there, giving Gilman a 6-on-5, and Vaughn took this opportunity to call a timeout and run a special play. Hopefully scoring a goal and giving them the lead back.
As we will be at a timeout right now, and we will take a quick break before finishing the action here. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we will finish this fourth quarter action. Right now is tied all square. Gilman 9, MSJ 9, 4:14 left in this fourth quarter. Gilman with the ball up with a man up after the excursion on MSJ, looking to capitalize. It's another foul on MSJ. Seen that all day long. A lot of fouls both sides of the pool. Great finish!
Oh, unfortunately.
Oh, whoa, that tricked me as well. Thought that was a great finish on Jack Nurnberger, but I guess not.
Jack's favorite shot, the skip shot, it hit both posts and didn't quite go in.
Here's Matthew Wan.
They give it to the hole. And a ball under. Great job by Drew Garvey, forcing that ball underwater with MSJ's hand on top of it.
Great defensive possession for Gilman. They needed that for their momentum.
And Jack with another shot. Unfortunately, it tips the goalie's hand, giving them another shot.
Great look here for Gilman. 3:28 left on the clock. Looking to have that last few-minute goal that can bring them across the finish line here.
And Jack has opening in the hole. They should give it to him.
Guarded by Matthew Wan, who's had a great game on defense and on offense.
And Jack gets out of there to give more space to Barnhill in the hole set. Great strategy by Jack, and he's going to reclaim that hole. Barnhill's going to get out, and a great skip shot.
Great finish from Jackson Barnhill, 10-9. Great goal. Jackson's been on edge all game with those two excursions, only one shy of being kicked out of the pool for the remainder of the game as he finishes there.
And I don't know if you noticed, but the energy in here is electric. It's so silent. And then when they score or something happens, it just everyone is cheering. Great energy here at Gilman.
Senior night here for Gilman would mean a lot for the Gilman Greyhounds to win this game.
And a great steal by Jack Nurnberger.
Some momentum we haven't seen all game long for Gilman. They look to be playing with edge and just outperforming this team with 2 minutes left. And comes with better endurance.
And it looks like we got a kick out here. Matthew Wan. Drew Garvey, and we got a 6-on-5. They have to utilize this. They got to get this goal.
A goal here could basically lock down the game. As they find Tim Brooks, who might take a shot.
And they're keeping the
finds
ball.
TJ Mattini, who could drive into the middle of the pool. Tim Brooks again looks to take a shot, but it's deflected by an MSJ defender and then grabbed by Vance. He finds an open MSJ player, but it's a bad pass, and Gilman gets the ball back. Great job from the Gilman defense to stop that counterattack.
Man, how fast was Brooks there, stealing that ball. Getting back on defense as he has the ball now here on offense.
Biggest play of the game here for Gilman on offense and defensive right here. Gilman needs to score 152 left total in this game, and if they can score here, I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say this game could be all pretty
And
close to over.
you can see Drew trying to put it in goal as he couldn't see Nuremberger open at all. Matthew Vaughn was locking it down, and MSJ will here take a timeout as they might also want to run a special play.
MSJ down 1. Great comeback we've seen so far. At one point down by 3. They did tie it for a brief moment in time, but right now they are down 1 goal with 1:40 left. What can MSJ do here, do you think, that can really help them tie this game?
I really think that something they've been really, really good at all game is drawing that ordinary foul. If they give it to De Maria, man, he can just draw the ordinary foul, come up, pop up for a shot, but that would normally be great. But I think if they want to run a very special play here, they got to drive more, because Gilman is not expecting that, especially as MSJ has not been doing it all day. Something like that.
For sure, gotta expect some play call here for West Rising to, step up and make a goal, make a big play to help them tie this game. Gilman will be looking to lock him down using Jack Nuremberger, as we've seen all game long. He's done a good job of doing that. Rising their MSJ's senior captain, and he's been getting some open shots, but hasn't been able to find it back in the net that much. So hopefully they can continue that, and Gilman can finish this game on top and lock up that 3 seed we mentioned before. Gilman win, 3 seed, loss, 4 seed. Might not seem like much, but it is the difference between facing the undefeated Loyola Dons and McDonough, who they've beaten earlier this year.
Yeah, it's crucial, especially if they want to get into the finals, Loyola is great swimmers, always has. So having that 3 seed and facing the 2 instead of Loyola is a great advantage.
Asher Vance, the goalie, passes it up, and this game will enter its final stretches.
And you can see the offensive by number 7 on MSJ, on Drew Garvey, trying to turn him, giving Gilman the ball.
Ed DiMaria, as we just highlighted, had a great game, but making a costly turnover there, as Gilman will look to probably just hold this ball for all of their 18 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Maybe getting one final shot up. Jackson just pushes the ball in the back. Cannot make any mistakes here, as you'll find Blake Paquette with only 7 seconds left on the clock.
And they're going to be looking to dump the ball.
It's a foul. TJ Mattini will have to make a play quickly, but it's turned over as Gilman wisely fouls to help them get back on defense.
And there you go. MSJ is calling a timeout, and it looks like they're not even going to take a break. They're just trying to run another special play.
MSJ definitely had some talks with the coach, drawing up some plays, getting trying to get the senior superstar West Rising open, maybe Ed DiMaria, one of the 2 for sure.
Trying to tie up this game.
That's how they're gonna do it. They need it. That's how they're gonna do it. Get a goal from West Risinger. DiMaria, as we find him there, and he was open, only goalie to beat, but he hits the crossbar as Gilman goes to the corner.
And TJ Mattini draws an ordinary foul. And they're just trying to hold on here, Gilman. They're not going to run anything, not going to do anything special.
It looks to be shifting up to where MSJ will have one final possession to tie this game.
Vaughn calls a timeout.
33 seconds to go. Gilman up 1, 12 seconds left on the clock. Gilman, all they need to do really here, hold that ball, hopefully get a shot off, and maybe find the back of the net to make this game over.
I'd be surprised if Vaughn, tries anything too risky. He's probably going to either try to find a way to hold it and dump it, or just hold it until they can, take just a long shot. Probably not try to walk it in.
Gilman for sure is definitely not going to want to make any cost turnovers and cause them to go on the counter and get them not defensively set. I would imagine Coach Vaughn's really focusing on the defense here rather than the offense. In their positions, allowing them to lock down this MSJ offense, who's done a decent job so far here today.
What a great game, right? 10-9. It was very close.
Couldn't coming down to the last 30 seconds. Can't ask for much more.
Yeah. Gilman's got 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Can't do much with the ball.
Gilman does have McDonough as their next opponent, as MSJ as Spalding, as those will also have major playoff implications. Gilman is nearing the finish line, and hopefully, like I said, since Spalding's record's 3-4, a win here would lock that 3 seed with only 1 game remaining in their schedule. Some upcoming games, we got a massive volleyball game for Gilman tomorrow night with playoff implications. Right now, Gilman is the 1 seed. Senior night for them, so for those Gilman students watching, make sure to attend that game.
And it looks like Vaughn has kept his long shooters out in the 3, 4, and 5 as he puts the whole men as kind of not our great shooters.
For sure, and you see some players already trying to make their way back. 20 seconds here. Timeout, MSJ.
Yeah.
1 final possession for MSJ. Can they do it? Shot clock off. MSJ scene set. 10-9 Gilman needs this goal to go in to send this game to overtime.
Yep. Hopefully MSJ, I think MSJ is going to pull something out of their sleeve, try to do something special, something that Gilman's never seen here, and it looks like the coach is drawing something up already. Vaughn's going to be focused on trying maybe to get a man. I don't think he's going to play zone defense. So he's going to make everyone stick to a man. If he drops on the whole set, I'll be very surprised as that will leave a wide open shooter. I really think he's going to rely on the whole set defense. Probably Jack Nurnberger to cover that hole very, very tightly.
For sure, I got to expect Drew Garvey, defensive superstar for Gilman, to be on the important man there, as well as Jack Nurnberger, who's been guarding West Rising all game long. So hopefully those two can make some good plays and lock this game down for Gilman. A missed opportunity for MSJ, and this game is over. Gilman can just possess the ball and have that clock roll out as the shot clock is no longer a factor. MSJ is now 20 seconds to get a play, get some off-ball movement going in order to tie this game. And I think I've seen some great things from their team so far, but I also love what I've seen from Gilman. And I think Gilman does have a chance here to lock them down. They've done it very well here in this 4th quarter.
Right, we're gonna rely on. Oh wow, a very interesting setup here with everyone in the hole and 1 player on the outside.
This reminds me a lot of an isolation here, like I've seen in basketball. They get the ball to 3 and then start getting some movements here in the.
Yeah, very unnatural though. There's not a lot of spacing, and Gilman can cover a lot of players just by being in a clumped up space.
Cause some mayhem amongst the Gilman defense possibly. West Rising here with the ball. Needs to get a shot off. 10 seconds here. They find Rising again. It will come down to his shot. He hits the crossbar.
And Jack Nurnberger will race for it, and TJ Mattini as well, and he puts his hands up to indicate he's not sinking his MSJ player as they get their hands on it.
3 seconds remain. Can they get a shot off? And Gilman wins. Great game from Gilman. 10-9. Great defense there from Gilman by Tim Brooks and Jack Nurnberger. And this game is over. I'm Jack Bissonette along Armando Paul, and we will see you next time.